I don't know who's in charge of head of marketing in the WNBA. I don't know who the director of communications is. I don't know how league wide messaging gets distributed to the players, to the coaches. I know that Caitlin Clark has been covered, deservingly so, a lot by the sports media world. But every time it's something related to the WNBA about Caitlin Clark from other players, it seems to be all negative, talking down or trying to reduce the accomplishments of Caitlin Clark. And one thing the WNBA has always lacked is the competitive viewership that their counterparts, the NBA, consistently get. It's a really simple reason to understand why the WNBA doesn't get the same viewership numbers as the NBA or as a lot of other professional sports leagues. It has nothing to do with even women necessarily. Women's sports are legitimate. They're fun to watch in a lot of cases. I was absolutely dialed into the women's college basketball side of the bracket. Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, the head-to-head competition, the fierce competitive nature of that Final Four matchup and the national championship. And the reason why everybody was so tuned in and fell in love with somebody like Caitlin Clark is A, her personality, the likability, the competitive fire that she has, but B, her physical accomplishments. The WNBA has never gotten anywhere near the same viewership numbers as its counterpart in the NBA or the other professional sports league. The other ones, yeah, they're featuring men, but this is not about women's sports versus men. It's about, for some reason, the WNBA, the players in the WNBA, talking about Caitlin Clark like she's not that good, like she didn't deserve to be the first pick, like we'll see what happens when she gets to the league. Why is that the only thing that all these WNBA players seem to default into, is talking poorly or talking down about Caitlin Clark? When in all reality, Caitlin Clark, probably the best shooter to ever come out of women's college basketball and go into the WNBA. And the reason why everyone watches Caitlin Clark and why her game specifically put up crazy numbers is because she is achieving something that's not as common in the WNBA, which is people being able to watch something that they feel they absolutely could not do. Caitlin Clark is doing something the highest of high level. It's the same reason why people watch the NBA, watch the NFL, watch any other professional, is because they want to tune in and watch athletes do something that normal human beings can't. Normal human beings can't take a handoff, run through a pile of 15 guys and break it off for 20 yards in a touch. Normal people, normal regular dudes like me can't windmill dunk from the free throw line. But LeBron can. That's why we love watching it, because we go, oh my God, that was awesome. Nobody, including myself, can turn around a 98-mile-an-hour fastball and hit it into the second deck, because that's incredibly hard to do. And what Caitlin Clark does on a night in and night out basis, did in college and is trying to translate over to the WNBA, is shoot the lights out and do something that people go, oh my gosh, I can't believe she just did that, is something that the WNBA has been seeking for a long period of time. And now they've got it with Caitlin Clark. And for some reason, all the WNBA players and all the WNBA veterans and all the female representation in the WNBA, which is, newsflash, all their players, all they seem to do is talk poorly about Caitlin Clark. It makes no sense. So I don't know who's in charge of head of marketing in WNBA or director of communications, or why there hasn't been a league-wide consensus. Get behind this girl as best we possibly can. She's going to a team in the Indiana Fever who, good, that's the reason why they have the #1 pick, and not trying to boost her to the highest possible potential, because all she's doing is generating nothing but positive for the league. And the players, all they seem to talk about is, we'll see what happens when she gets to the WNBA. Oh, we'll see when she's playing against real competitive. What is that about? Caitlin Clark is doing something for the first time in the WNBA we haven't seen quite some time, which is the factor of people tuning in to watch somebody do something that makes them go, oh my gosh, that's incredible. She shoots the lights out. She handles the ball really well. She's a fierce competitor. People love watching her. And for some reason, the players in the WNBA, veterans, current players, can't do anything but talk down about her. Makes no sense to me. She doesn't deserve it. She's an incredible athlete, an incredible player, and hopefully the Indiana Fever can start to play a little bit better. She's only been playing in the WNBA for a couple of weeks now. Oh, and what have they done? Oh, that's right. Set attendance records, viewership records, national broadcast records. Caitlin Clark shows up and makes an impact. The league should be boosting her. The players in the league should be boosting her. It doesn't mean you need to walk around kissing her butt all the time, talking about Caitlin Clark nonstop 24/7. But go out, compete against her, and then tip your cap to her because she is a great player. It's going to take her a little bit of time to get accustomed to it. but there's a reason why she was the number one pick. And now she brings something to the WNBA that it's been lacking, which is the factor of must see TV because she's doing something that normal human beings simply can't do, which is shoot the lights out, handle the ball like crazy, be a fierce competitor, put on a display, crazy range, doing something, put the WNBA on the map. She needs to be boosted. She needs to be supported by all the surrounding cast in the WNBA. Otherwise, they're just shooting themselves in the foot. Otherwise, it's turning people off even more to the WNBA. WNBA is a good enough product to draw crowds. They've seen decent viewership numbers over the years. It started to increase. But Caitlin Clark is giving them an opportunity to grow exponentially in a short period of time. And for the players in the league to not just sit back and go, she is the real deal. She is legit. Can't wait to compete against her in the WNBA. She might have a little bit of an adjustment period, but ultimately, she's the number one pick for a reason. She was an absolute beast at Iowa. She put women's college basketball amongst the top talking points in the entire country, and now she's trying to transfer that over to the WNBA. We couldn't be more excited. That's all it takes. Can't wait to compete against her. I don't want her to do well because, I'm on the other team. Ha, ha, ha. But she's a fierce competitor, and she's doing great things for the league. That's it. I mean, that's really all it has to be. And for them to do anything more than that or anything besides that is doing themselves a massive disservice. I don't really get it. It doesn't make a ton of sense to me. Caitlin Clark is an amazing player. And, she brings all those different factors into the WNBA. And she needs to be supported. And, hopefully she will.